this question comes to me by way of Cheryl B. A bench trial was the biggest mistake. I don't understand why the defense team was barred from putting Masuk as the alternate suspect. The whole case saddens me. The first question I had as I watched the Snaps Behind Bars episode is, how does he raise the alarm and end up being charged and convicted? Clear miscarriage of justice, and I hope he gets free. Thank you, Cheryl, for the questions, and here are my answers. Yes, the case is very sad. It saddens me more than you can even imagine. Definitely a miscarriage of justice, probably worse than just about any other ever. So how did I raise the alarm and then get charged and everything? There is no real explanation for this. The police and prosecutors did not even attempt to explain how or why I would be the one to call the police back to the scene 4 times, insisting that the death be treated as a murder investigation. They didn't even play my 4 911 calls when I called the police back to the scene, probably because they didn't want to have to come up with some rational explanation as to why, I would do this myself, which is totally inconsistent with their whole theory of me being guilty. Okay, so the Bloomington Police Department and the McLean County State's Attorney's Office were basically the best friends a psychotic child killer ever had, and were no friends to the father of a murdered child. That's pretty much the bottom line on that. The authorities were assessed then and now with providing cover for Masuk in abetting her getaway. A bench trial was chosen because of this. Prosecutors sought a motion to suppress all Masuk-related evidence prior to my trial, in a pretrial motion. After my public defender's presentation of only some token of Masuk-related evidence, the judge granted the prosecutor's motion to bar any defense use of Masuk as an alternate suspect. This made the identity of Christina's killer me by default. So my wrongful conviction was already guaranteed long before I even went to this one-sided trial. So there was no real need for a trial once the judge granted that motion barring Masuk from my case. Since the judge himself had heard some Masuk-related evidence at this pretrial hearing, while a jury would hear none, the only slight chance that I would be acquitted at the expense of my daughter's true killer, who we all know to have been Masuk, rested with a bench trial. So at least the judge could weigh or not weigh this evidence that he had previously heard relating to Masuk at a pretrial hearing, whereas the jury would have heard none of it. So had I gone with the jury, my wrongful conviction would be guaranteed because the identity of Christina's killer wouldn't even be contested. I would be it. That was it. They wouldn't hear anything about Masuk. So that's how that came to pass. This is a really very common question that a lot of people have. Hey, why did he choose the bench trial? I was basically forced into it. So thank you, Cheryl, for your question, and thank you for your kind thoughts, and stay tuned.